Imagine being able to read minds, predict the future, and control the outcome of an event. These sound like superhero powers, right? While poker may not be able to grant you these powers, you do need to use these three unique skills. But why should you care? Well, as renowned poker player David Negreanu once said, poker is a skilled game pretending to be a chance game. Acquiring these skills will not only allow you to feel the thrill of winning and playing the game, but also a deeper understanding of the strategies of human behavior, which can be important in all aspects of life. I've spent years playing and studying poker hands, and now I'm here to teach you the basic skills in just a few steps. By understanding the basics and avoiding these common mistakes, you will be able to master the game of poker and outplay your opponents and win your first games. Before you can start playing, make sure you have a standard deck of 52 cards, chips or money for betting, at least 2 other players, and a table large enough to hold everyone comfortably. Step 1. The dealer shuffles the deck of cards to ensure that it's a fair and unpredictable game. In a house game, the dealer roll rotates clockwise to ensure that there's an even spread of position in the table, and so one seat does not have a clear advantage. We'll get more into this advantage later. Step 2. A poker game starts with the blinds being dealt. In every hand of poker, there are 2 forced bets called the small blind and the big blind. The small blind is given to the player to the immediate left of the dealer and is required to put in 1/2 of the minimum bet, or the big blind is given to the player on the immediate left of the small blind and is required to give 1 full minimum bet to the pot. This ensures that there's always money in the pot at all times. These rolls rotate clockwise with the dealer to ensure that everyone has a roll at one point in the game. Step 3. Now 2 cards are dealt to every player, starting with the small blind. The final objective of poker is to take your 2 cards and the 5 community cards that will eventually be on the table to create the highest rank of cards. Avoid looking at your 2 cards too many times, because this can be a tell to your opponents that you might not have the best hand. Step 4. Once each player has their 2 cards, the first round of betting can start with the player to the left of the big blind, so the dealer. The dealer has 3 options. They can either fold, call, or raise. Folding means that the dealer pushes their cards to the middle of the table to ensure that they are out for the rest of the round. Calling means the dealer matches the highest bet on the table, so in this case is the 2 white chips from the big blind. Raising means that the dealer has to put in at least a minimum bet from the big blind, so in this case another 2 white chips. When raising, the betting round restarts. If everyone calls, which means that the dealer puts in 2 chips, the small blind initially putting in 1/2 of the minimum bet has to put in another 1/2 of the minimum bet, and the big blind not raising at all, the next round starts. Step 5. Once all the players have completed the first betting round, the dealer reveals 3 cards to the middle of the table, called the flop. Avoid making strong facial expressions when reacting to the flop, because this can be a tell to your opponents to what you have. Doyle Brunson, a 2-time World Series of Poker champion, often says that reading the table is as important as having the right cards. Step 6. Now the second round of betting starts with the big blind. The players can still fold and raise, but now they can check, which means that they don't bet anything and it passes on to the next player. If everyone in the round checks, then the round is complete, but if somebody raises, then the betting round restarts and checking is no longer an option. Make sure that you really pay attention to how each player reacted to the flop, because this can be crucial when deciding whether or not to continue betting. Step 7. After the second betting round, the dealer turns over 1 more card to the community, called the turn. Make sure to continue looking at how your opponents react to the turn, because this is crucial information when deciding whether or not to raise or to call someone's raise. Step 8. The third round of betting starts after the 4th card is revealed to the community, and this round follows the same rules as the previous betting round. Make sure that you're able to switch your strategy if the 4th card doesn't complement your hand, and avoid overcommitting unless you have a very confident hand, and especially if the players are playing very aggressive. Step 9. After the 3rd betting round, the dealer reveals the 5th and final card of the community, called the river. Make sure to really assess all the cards on the table, because these are the last cards you can use to create the highest rank possible. Avoid panicking and making impulsive decisions, and try to stay calm and think all your decisions through, because panicking can really cause you to lose a lot of money. Step 10. The 4th and final betting round starts, and this round follows all the same rules as the 2nd and 3rd round. but this betting round has the showdown. The showdown is when all players reveal their cards after everyone bets, and the player with the highest rank wins the pot. Avoid assuming you've already won the showdown when betting, because players can have stronger hands, so just wait till the reveal. Great job, you just completed your first game of poker, and now we'll go over everything that we just learned. We learned how crucial it is to employ basic rule knowledge and strategies from shuffle to showdown. We started with the dealer's pivotal role in ensuring that the game is even and fair, and then we moved on to the blinds, ensuring that there's always action in the games. Then we moved on to the betting and card reveal rounds, which signifies the importance of calculations and reading behaviors in the game of poker. So whether you're a new player or an experienced player just watching this video to refine your skills, each game is a chance to play your cards right. So who knows, maybe your next big win is just a deal away. Happy playing and good luck.